Hey, it's Mark Andrews again with episode 4 of the 2022 OCFOA Plays of the Week. Hopefully, it's only been a couple of days since episode 3 came out. We've got three more plays from Mike Pereira. Catch no catch situation, which is a mother to decide. A blindside block that is a dead ball foul. I really want you to take away from this a legal blindside block, what it looks like, because the guy that commits the foul does commit a legal blindside block. And finally, we're going to have a play that involves illegal participation. So, not much. Without any more ado, let's go to Mr. Pereira. Well, there's a first time for everything. I actually posted this YouTube video and got a copyright notice almost immediately. So this first play, I'm just going to play the voiceover of Mike Pereira. Mike's explaining the components of a catch. And I think it's really good stuff, so that's why I left it in. But I can't show you the video. It's really not that big a deal because you can't see much on the video. But anyway, I hope this is okay. I apologize if it's boring, but listen to what Mike has to say about the elements of the catch.
Replay got involved in this and reversed a pass into the end zone that was ruled incomplete. It's a tough play. The receiver's going to the ground, turns over, and then the defender strips the ball away. So there's the element of when is the play over? When do you survive the ground? That's the question. So basically, you're deemed to survive the ground if you go to the ground with control, maintain control, and when you roll over, the ball comes out or the defender rips it away, then you have the elements of a catch. You have the time factor. So you look at this in replay, and replay reversed it, we think correctly, into a touchdown. The only element that would let you stand with incomplete, if you wanted to look at that, was whether or not you could see the ball come loose when he initially went to the ground. And we didn't think there was. So we think that the overturn to the touchdown was correct. But just think about, there has to be a time when the process ends. He's got control there, even starts to lift it away and that ball away from him, and then the defender reaches in and pulls it out. So a good play to actually review and discuss. Get a blindside block here, and just want to talk about the blindside block. You're going to see the play. It's going to be a pick, and now you can see the player flying in, and they're going to call a dead ball blindside hit. I think I'd leave it as just a dead ball and don't try to throw the element of blindside in there. If it happens, it's a late hit, because now some would argue that, hey, he pushes him with the arm. You can see him come up and he just shoves him with both arms. I think that might be a legitimate argument. So if he extends his arms and pushes him, that's going to be okay. But I think we would all agree that it is a late hit, and that's what it was called. So when we talked about it, Dean and I and the people in our place, we said probably better just to leave it as a dead ball foul late hit, and don't worry about putting it into that aspect of whether or not it's a blindside block or not.
Okay, I use this play for two reasons. The first being just what Mike just said. Don't try to get too fine on certain fouls. And a dead ball foul, just dead ball, personal foul, you don't have to get into, targeting, illegal helmet contact, whatever. Just report it as a dead ball, personal foul, and then you basically have less arguing. The other thing I really liked about this play was we actually see a legal blindside block, which we don't see very often. So let's take a look at this.
Yeah, because now some would argue that, hey, he pushes him with the arm. You can see him come up.
Okay, so you see that the runner is clearly out of bounds, right? And this number 8 is the one that's going to commit the blindside block. And watch how he does it. His hands are extended. Okay. If that play had occurred inbounds, that would be a legal blindside block. And that's the only legal blindside block besides a screen. Okay, I want to make this very clear. We're starting to slip on this one. I've got guys telling me, oh, the guy saw it coming, or, oh, he didn't hit him that hard. No. We're not going there, okay? And the other one we're seeing is where, say, number 8 actually has his hands close to his chest, and his initial contact is with the chest or shoulder, and then he pushes him. People are ruling that legal. It's not. It is illegal. The arms have to be extended, hands open, and then either a hit or a shove. That's it. All right, moving on.
And then you get these all the time. Watch the receiver at the top, receiver at the very top. Pushed out of bounds, comes back in, catches the ball, legal play. Because you'll see in the replay, it's going to get forced out of bounds. Now he's just got to reestablish, which he does. And if he reestablishes inbounds, then it's a catch and a legal advance. So you think of the ramifications if he's not forced out of bounds, and then he comes back in, reestablishes and touches, then it is an illegal touch. If he's goes out of bounds on his own, or he's chucked out of bounds, but doesn't come back and reestablish and touches the ball, then it's still an incomplete pass if he's still considered out of bounds. But you deep sideline officials, review these. What can be done with that receiver going out of bounds, and replay the same way. What can you do in regards to the force out of bounds? If there is contact, not much. But it's just a play that we're going to see throughout the course of the season.
All right, we're going to discuss the new blocking below the waist rule. Everything remains the same as far as the requirements for a legal block in the free blocking zone. What's been added is that the block has to be immediate. So, and that's to basically to give the offense the chance to legally block below the waist when they are in a shotgun or pistol formation. You may recall that we had set some parameters prior to this year that no longer apply. So the only requirement is that they are the blocks are immediate. And on this play here, we're going to see 2 blocks below the waist. These 2 linemen right here. And one of these is legal, and in my estimation, the other one of them is illegal. So let's do it in real time. Watch those 2 players. Okay. Hope you saw that. So let's run it in slow motion. Hard to believe this linebacker isn't in the neutral zone on this. Go back a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to make the case that this block is illegal and this one is legal. Let's talk about why. Go really slow here. Now you see that rise by the tackle? That is enough. He cannot rise and then go down, which is what he does. Okay? Now if we look at the Center. He does not rise. There is a slight upward motion because he's the center. He's snapping the ball, but that his block is immediate. I'll show it to you one more time. I hope you can see the difference. I know that's tough to watch two players at the same time, but so this is what we've got to watch. Umpires, flanks. We've got to make sure that the blocks below the waist are immediate, and they, of course, meet all the other criteria for a legal block in the free blocking zone. All right, let's move on. Okay, this play was sent in by a coach. We have multiple ineligible receivers downfield, not got. There's also some things here that I see that are troubling. Mainly it's the lack of movement by the crew, or the delayed movement by the crew, and I'm not sure they're looking in the right places. So let's take a look at this. So first thing, know your keys, know the formation. Okay, this is strong to the line judge side. So back judge has this receiver, line judge has this receiver, head linesman has this guy, but notice he's being pressed. So back judge's key is not being pressed, so he can initially take a look at this action and be okay. And then, of course, our backs, if they come out, if they roll to either side, then the flank on that side has them as a key as well. All right, let's move on. This is improper positioning based on our new mechanic. He should be somewhere in this area over here. The criteria is that you have a good look at the ball and you're comfortable where you are. But we want a diagonal between the referee and the umpire. This is the old positioning. And if you're watching this in a different association, this may be just fine in your association, but we've changed our umpire mechanic to move them over here. So just pointing out that he's not in the right place. Okay, now RPO is just come into our lives in a big way, of course. Run pass option. And when you see this kind of action, when the quarterback sticks the ball into the gut of the running back, but he's holding on to it, that's your first sign that you've got RPO. You've also got bad color right here. And the referee, I'm sure, is focusing on that. This back appears to be coming over to block him. So we want to watch that action. Okay. So now at this point, the quarterback still has the ball, right? And we're reading pass. And line judge appears to be looking at his key. That's good. I'm showing here the expanded neutral zone, and as you can see, we already have ineligibles downfield illegally. And the ball hasn't even been thrown yet. So, Headlines was looking at the quarterback. He's ball watching. His key is being pressed pretty vigorously. He should be watching this action. I'm not sure what the back judge is looking at. He's certainly not looking at his key. He may be looking at this. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So here's a whole lot of stuff, right? So the quarterback has just released the ball. That little shadow you see right there, that's the ball. And we've got 4 or 5, at least, ineligible receivers illegally downfield. Now, there's a lot here. One of the techniques we've talked about using is using the umpire as a reference point. We're asking the umpires when they read pass to move up about 3 yards
beyond the line of scrimmage, so that that 3rd yard gives if the linemen are beyond, the ineligibles are beyond the umpire, then for sure we've got IDP. Okay, but we don't have that in this case. I cite the rule here. Expanded neutral zone is only 2 yards into the defensive side. We'll give them 2.5, 3, because it's hard to be that fine. But this is ridiculous. I'll be honest with you. Again, the back judge, I'm not sure what he's looking at, but he's sure not looking at his key, and this guy is wide open. So, and he should be backpedaling at this point and looking at, he's losing his cushion really quickly, and he doesn't appear to be moving at all. Okay, and our line judge is still on the line of scrimmage. He should be down here at this point. He should be drifting. As soon as he reads pass, he should drift. The head linesman keeps the line of scrimmage. Again, he's not looking at his key either. So we got a whole lot of problems here. And then we have a touchdown that the back judge basically, I think he may have gotten beat to the goal line. Yep. And not by much, but he should be there. He should be there standing still. Not that there's any kind of real, call to be made here. I mean, it's obvious there's nothing. This little action right here is interesting. This little, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing that little wave. It's like, that's not a flag, but that if you see that, hey, dumbass, get over here. Don't do that. So we got all kinds of things going on here. This should have been a 5-yard foul for an ineligible receiver downfield. That touchdown should not have been put on the board. All right, let's move on. Okay, guys, I'm going to get a little fine here, and if it's too much, it's too much. But I'm going to show you 3 plays from these are 2 top teams, and when these 3 plays were sent in to me, I judged them all to be incorrectly called. And after talking to the referee, who I really respect, is one of our best referees, and he's a college referee, and I spoke with our state rules interpreter, and he agreed with the referee. I thought, well, okay, now I get it. So I thought I'd share it with you. So on this play, we're going to have what looks like a block in the back, and it is a block in the back, but watch. You watch 52 there. Pushes the white player down, but if you go back, he pushes 37 squarely in the back, but 37 ends up making the tackle. And that's the reason that a flag wasn't thrown. Not that it wasn't a block in the back, but it didn't have a material impact on the play. And you can see it even better from the end zone view here. Well, there's 52. And as you can see, 33 makes the tackle. So this is a case of a play that, I apologize, my 1-year-old grandson was banging on my door as I was recording this. So basically, this is a block in the back, but because it doesn't materially affect the play, we would rule this a marginal call. That means, it's, while technically correct, we don't want this foul called on a regular basis, unless it's a safety foul. So because it doesn't materially affect the play. So that's the thinking, and I learned something. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one is a foul, but it doesn't have to be. This receiver, this defender, okay, so they're doing a tango right there, right? And so we've got possible hold, but watch what the offensive block. I said defender. I should have said offensive blocker. He tackles the guy. Okay, now that has to be called. Anytime you have a player bringing another player down in the area of the point of attack, it's got to be called. And so this was the one foul that the referee agreed should have been called. And the interesting thing he brought to my attention, which I hadn't even thought of, is, okay, if somebody's going to make this call, who is going to make it? Because we've got kind of a unique formation here. We've got quads. And I'll be honest, I don't know if we have quad formation even mentioned in our mechanics manual. I'm going to have to go look at that. But both he and I came to the conclusion that the back judge is probably the person that should have got this. Now, could the umpire get it? Could the head linesman get it? Could even the referee get it? Yes. But in this formation, I'm pretty sure that the back judge, he was out of frame, but he has this guy and this guy. And then the head linesman has the other two. Hey, I want to jump in here and say that since I made this, I've been told that the back judge has all three of those inside receivers and the flank has the outside guy. So watch, I'll do it slow. I should speed it up until we get to the part where it's happening. Now, my umpire is looking at something, and it could be this. Okay, head linesman is looking for catch, no catch. And my referee is looking still at this edge blocking, and he's not looking at that action right there. That pretty much leaves the back judge, and I'm not blaming the back judge. I'm just saying, this is a weird formation, and I'm not sure anybody had that particular key. So we'll learn from it. We'll talk about it, and get better. All right, let's go to the third play. Now this one, again, was considered to be either a block in the back or a hold. And I agreed initially. I'll let it just run. You can see it. See that little grab and pull down? Let's watch it from the other side. So you can see where his hands are. But notice that the angle that the defender is taking is incorrect. He's coming too far inside. And in fact, the runner beats him. And I will tell you that the coach that sent this in, the coach of this white team, did not have a problem with this explanation. So let's take a look at it again back here. You can see the angle. He comes too far inside, and as you can see, he's without that contact, that number 4, and he's a really good running back, is going to beat that tackle. And so this is another one that, yes, technically we have a block in the back, but it does not materially impact the play. And I know a lot of you are going to say, yes, it does. And believe me, I felt the same way until people with much more experience than I have explained it to me. And so, you know, you could call this, if this flag was thrown, I would definitely support it. But I would say, you know, we don't want these type of fouls called routinely. Okay, we have to make sure that it has a material impact on the play. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, I've decided to stop right there. We're at about 25 minutes, and I don't want to make too long a video. I hope you enjoyed the Mike Pereira videos. I've got some more. If you want to leave me some feedback, go ahead and put it in the comments section. If you like these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on my picture on the upper right. It'll take you to my YouTube page. Click on subscribe, and then right below it, click on the bell and select all notifications. And then please give it a thumbs up on the likes. If you want to see more of the plays of the week, click on the playlist on the left, and you can see all I've done this year so far. It's Mark Andrews signing off.